What's up there, ladies and gents? Whew, that was fun, wasn't it? Uh, I did about, if you haven't been following just yet, I did about 3 or 4, maybe 5 live streams where I covered different rock songs, mostly from movies, one from uh, not a movie, just a really good album. A couple of those will be deleted because I screwed up epically. A couple of them I will, well, 3 of them I'll probably keep because I didn't screw up epically, just slightly. And that's pretty much how it's going to be. You guys can, if you didn't see it live, watch it for your own viewing pleasure and your listening pleasure because I play guitar and I think that I do reasonably not bad at it. So, but this is just going to be a quick segment, not going to be too long, about news. Yeah, we're going to be doing some news here. So the news that I'm going to be talking about is not, a bunch of people getting shot in Orlando or a kid being dragged into the water by an alligator. Real horrors that we don't really want to discuss on here because they have political intrigue involved, and we don't want to get into political intrigue because then people all get angry, and conservatives start calling me racist, and liberals start calling me, conservatives start calling me a word that begins with a P, and then, of course, liberals start calling me racist and sexist and homophobic. So that's why we stayed away from that awful Ghostbusters trailer. Got it in there just a little bit. But let's go ahead and go into actual news that we want to talk about, which is news with the channel. First thing on the docket, I'm going to review Hellraiser 3 soon, but I'm not going to finish the Hellraiser series, simply because I'm not in the mood to watch any more Hellraiser movies. Maybe I'll come back to them when I'm back in the mood for them. Right now, not so much, because don't want to review Hellraiser movies. Most of them suck. The first 3 are generally pretty good. I think the 5th one is pretty good. And then the rest of them are pretty much horrible. But that's what you can say about Hellraiser. I may eventually... I forget if I did a review of The Hellbound Heart. I'll get back to that later. But I'll look on my reviewed videos, and if I've done a review of the Hellbound Heart, that's great. If I haven't, then I'll have to review Hellbound Heart. But pretty much going to get off the Hellraiser kick. I also want to let you know that for the rest of this summer, we're going to be doing a series, amongst other videos, that I want to call Summer of Slash, at least until I get tired of it. Like this Hellraiser thing. But Summer of Slash is going to be... Sorry, I had to swipe something off the screen there. But Summer of Slash is going to be something that I'm probably going to do once a summer. Review a whole bunch of slasher movies, which is something that I love to do. I love slasher movies. I love reviewing them. And I consider myself sort of a slasher fanatic. So, I also want to show off the new shirt, pimping some Ale 8 here. Very good soft drink if you have not tasted it. For my friends in the UK and Canada, you definitely won't be able to get this. For the people in America, you have to come to Kentucky to get it. But you can order it offline if you are so inclined. Anyway, though, I do want to get to something really quick that I think is just something I want to show off. May do reviews of them, maybe I won't. All really depends. But I want to show off my summer reading list. And because my first book that I'm actually reading right now is Across the Room, I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to tell you what it is. The other ones I've got stacked up right here. And this is what I'm going to be calling my Stephen King summer. Because I like Stephen King. I have a bunch of his books stacked up that I haven't read, and I want to go ahead and give it a finish. So, first thing I want to do is tell you that I'm reading Night Shift right now. I'm very close to about halfway through it. I'm currently on the story Sometimes They Come Back. Pretty much every story up to here has been pretty good. I'm a little rocky on... let's see. I think I really like Battleground and stuff, but There are some of them, like Night Surf, that I'm just not a big fan of. I know it's sort of the beginning of The Stand, but I don't know. In any case, most of the stories up to now have been really good. I really enjoyed Battleground because it's really cheesy and funny, as well as relatively horrific and suspenseful. And I really do enjoy So Far. Sometimes they come back, and I really liked Trucks, which I think is actually a legitimately good horror story, as opposed to its so bad it's good counterpart in the film Maximum Overdrive that Stephen King actually directed. Love that movie, but it's not what you would call premium quality, unless you're talking about premium quality cheese. So, Night Shift, and I may review that one because it's a short story collection. I really enjoy short stories and stuff, so what I could do possibly is maybe do a Night Shift collection film review along with it. Post it in the comments below if you think that that's a good idea. If it's a bad idea, also post in the comments below and tell me I'm a horrible, horrible human being. But besides that, we've got the next book on my list, the Bachman Books collection, 4 early novels by Stephen King. In this collection here, I've already read the first novel, the first Richard Bachman novel, as well as the introduction, Why I Was Bachman. I've read Rage, and I understand that some copies of this Bachman Books collection take out Rage because Stephen King wanted to get rid of that novel. He thought that it was a little bit too dark, that it was possibly encouraging school shootings and stuff like that. And I disagree with him. I think it's relatively a good novel. I think it's really fun. Well, no, wait, not fun, but definitely very creepy. A definitely very scary story that you might want to read. Rage is very good. I'm about 3/4 of the way through The Long Walk. The Long Walk is a very good sort of dystopia kind of book. It's good, not fantastic, but it's pretty good. Road Work I haven't read yet. The Running Man I'm going to read here in a bit, but I don't know. I don't know how good it's going to be because I have seen the 80s movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I also heard that he wrote this one in a weekend of cocaine addiction. Just did a whole bunch of coke, wrote this book in about 2 to 6 days, something like that, and that's how Running Man came up. But yeah, Bachman Books, a very big book. Want to see if I can finish it by the end of the summer. Also, I have Insomnia, which I've read about half of and just sort of dropped off because I didn't think it was that interesting, but I do want to see if I can finish it because it does have some interesting themes, and I have a friend who's a really big fan of it. I also have Needful Things. Yet again, I got about halfway through this, maybe a third of the way through, and then dropped off just because I didn't have the time. One that I'm just starting to read but need to finish later is Christine. Really enjoy the movie. I'm enjoying the novel so far. I think it's fun. It's definitely, sort of an iconic Stephen King kind of thing. So I'm interested to finish it out. And finally on my summer reading list is Stephen King's From a Buick 8. I'm really interested to see how this turns out. I got about a third of the way through it before, but haven't finished it. That's a lot of that's pretty much the story with this collection of Stephen King books that I'm reading this summer. But yeah, that's pretty much my summer reading list. Besides that, if I have time, I may read Mere Christianity with my girlfriend. Very good C.S. Lewis philosophical book. Funny, witty, just overall very good book. I really like C.S. Lewis. Also, doing a little bit of a Bible reading. At least want to finish Acts this summer, if not more than that. Acts is one of my favorite books of the Bible, and it's definitely very interesting. I like the way that Acts is done. I always thought that Acts would be a particularly interesting film if someone would do a film version of that. Although, Mel Gibson may be doing that with hashtag Passion of the Christ too, so who knows. Anyway, though, this is pretty much my reading list. Hope you guys have enjoyed hearing about it. And who knows, I may end up doing some reviews. This has been the news segment. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.